Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday on the Front Porch, where today we're celebrating milestones and miracles. And today we have a special guest who's celebrating quite a milestone. We'll introduce you to her and let her tell you her story right after this brief word from the porch.
Front porch, front porch, front porch is the place for me. Front porch is a place to gather, rain or shine, it doesn't matter. Have a chat with friends and family. Front porch is a place to gather, cup of coffee and some laughter on the front porch in a rocking chair, where you'll find me.
Welcome back, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Todd and I'll be your host today. As always, we're joined by Poochie, and our special guest today is my daughter, Maddie Rose. Welcome, Maddie.
Thank you.
Maddie's celebrating a big milestone today, and would you like to tell us what that milestone is, Maddie?
Sure. 4 years ago today, I got into a car accident. I was hit by a tractor trailer semi.
Yep, we remember that day very well. We'll talk a little bit more about the accident in just a moment. But let's learn more about Maddie. Can you tell us where you work?
I work at Chick-fil-A.
And during the pandemic, Maddie's Chick-fil-A was only closed for just a few days, and they have served their community pretty much for the last 2 months. Is that right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself, Maddie.
Well, I love to write, and I decided to start a blog
Okay, and how long ago was that?
about a year and a half ago.
So what inspires you to write?
Well, I'm hoping to spread the gospel that way and to inspire people.
Very good. We're going to put the website for Maddie's blog up on the screen. I encourage you to go read it. I've read all of them and they're very inspiring. So back to milestones and miracles. 4 years ago today, my wife Michele and I were preparing to celebrate our 25th anniversary, and I received a phone call that Maddie had been in an accident. So I jumped in my car and rushed to the scene and saw her very damaged Volkswagen Beetle, which I will show you a picture of now, and realized that she had been hit by the tractor trailer truck, and I'll show you a picture of that now. So Maddie, what was it like to get hit by a tractor trailer?
It was terrible and terrifying.
So what do you remember about the accident?
I remember that I was driving to go swimming in Alabama when a tractor trailer truck hit me on the driver's side of my car.
It sure did. When I arrived at the scene, I was not sure what Maddie's condition was, and I saw an ambulance parked in the road, and I ran down there, opened the back doors of the ambulance, and there she was. You were covered in glass.
I was.
You had cuts and abrasions, but thankfully you were not seriously injured. There's no other way to explain it, but it was the hand of God reaching down and protecting you. Is that what you think?
Yes, definitely.
So what did the ambulance personnel tell you about your wreck?
Well, I'll never forget these words. That they told me that usually in an accident like that, that the driver of the small car does not survive.
So we're so thankful that you are here today, but that's not the end of the story, is it?
No, that's not.
God was not done working miracles that day. Maddie was still in the ambulance. The paramedics asked for a few more minutes to finish their evaluation, and then she would be released and we could drive on home. I stepped around behind the ambulance and I heard a strange sound, and the firefighter who had stopped traffic was running, yelling stop, and I realized that a tractor trailer, another tractor trailer, was coming off a steep hill headed straight for our accident scene. He had not seen the firefighter stopping traffic. He had not seen the emergency vehicles on the scene, and by the time he did, he was not going to be able to stop before he plowed through our accident scene. He was headed straight for the ambulance that Maddie was in and several other emergency vehicles. Right at the last moment, he made a hard right and drove his truck off the road down an embankment. Ended up resting on his side. I also have a picture of that tractor trailer. And so we all rushed down there to check on him. And he was alive. He was with his cousin. They were very much shaken up. He apologized for not stopping sooner, and he said he did what he had to do to save lives. And he definitely put his life on the line. He saved lives that day. So we received a very special 25th anniversary present from God that day when he saved our daughter from 2 tractor trailer trucks. So why do you think he saved you, Maddie?
I believe that there is a reason and a purpose that God saved me that day. And I believe that He has a plan for me in this world.
Well said, Maddie. Now for a mom's perspective, here's my wife, Michele.
I remember very clearly that morning that I really had a terrible feeling about Maddie going. And I just couldn't shake it, and I thought, oh, I'm just being an overprotective mom. I need to let her go. She's 20. So she got in the car and left. An hour later, I got a phone call that she had been in this car accident. I didn't have a lot of details at that point, but I called Todd and let him know. He was at work, so he was a lot closer, so he could get to her a lot quicker. So he left from work to go be at the scene. He called me and told me to meet him in town instead of going to the scene. So when I saw them get out of the car, and Maddie was beat up, but she was okay, and Todd, I just remember him stepping out of the car and said, we just witnessed the hand of God. The more I heard about the story, I just pictured God's hand, just this miracle of protecting Maddie's car from this semi that hit her, and then when I heard about the other tractor trailer that came down the hill and almost hit everybody in the scene, and I heard from multiple people that it came about this far from Todd that day, so I could have lost half my family that day, and I'm just so grateful for God's protection.
So in honor of this occasion, Dad wrote a song called Bama Saw a Miracle.
Please enjoy this Front Porch After Dark performance. Coming right up. Don't do that.
It was a phone call no daddy wants to get. Your daughter had an accident, you better come quick. So I drove like sin just to get there when they hauled her mangled car away, and I'm afraid. And then I heard her voice say, Daddy, I'm okay. Thank you, Lord. She knocked on his door on a road in Alabama. Big rig nearly took her life away. God reached down from heaven and said, I got plans for this one. Bama saw a miracle that day. She knocked on death's door on a road in Alabama. Big rig nearly took her life away. Don't you know that